Hey everyone, it's JoJo and I'm here to do another storytime video. So this storytime is going to be when I was in a movie. I'm probably going to clickbait this again. I'm sorry, it's going to be clickbait a little bit, but it's really not going to be because really this is what happened. I may clickbait it to something with Lilo and Stitch movie because that's, by the way, the Lilo and Stitch movie is doing really good right now in the theater. Like, I actually have not physically seen it, even though the title of the video is going to be, may have Lilo and Stitch in it. But I did not see it yet, but I've heard amazing reviews and I really can't wait to see it. I don't even like Lilo and Stitch like that, but the live action, it's getting amazing reviews. Anyway, so this actually happened when I saw the live action of Little Mermaid is when the situation happened. So, I'm always afraid to go see movies in the theater, especially kids' movies, because in kids' movies, unfortunately, there are kids that watch, of course, the majority of kids will be in the movie theater. It's a kids' family-friendly movie, but they don't know how to act. And then there are sometimes when we're not in a family-friendly movie, then maybe there's a horror film and people don't know how, teenagers don't know how to act in that either. So I'm really iffy to go see movies in the theater because I don't want the movies to be ruined. I want to enjoy the film. I like to sit there. I like quiet. I like peace. And I like to sit and enjoy the movie. I am reactive in the film. Like, there are times when if I get scared, I'm going to scream. If I think it's funny, I'm going to laugh. You know, that's normal. But I'm not gonna sit there and I'm not gonna have a full-blown conversation, or I'm not gonna scream out of nowhere, or I'm gonna be on my phone taking selfies like that. I'm not gonna do. So, and that has happened. So, and I have witnessed stuff like that. And also, if you have a newborn baby, do not take that baby to the movie theater. What the hell are you doing? Like, come on. Like, they're not even gonna know or remember the movie. They're not even gonna know that they're there. And they're just gonna cry and carry on the whole time anyways and ruin the movie for everyone else. Don't do that. Come on. If you're a parent and do that and you have your baby at a movie theater, come on, what the hell are you thinking? But these kids were not babies. They were actually like 10, 11 years old, maybe 12. So they were older. And I was really iffy to see Little Mermaid. I really wanted to see it because I was really excited to see the live action. I love the cartoon and I was really excited for the live action. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go see it. And I thought maybe if I went to a later showing, it was like around 9 o'clock. I was like, okay, there's not gonna be many kids here, even though I think it was right before summer break. So maybe not. It was a gamble. Maybe there would be kids there, maybe not. But it was a later showing, so I was hoping that maybe it wouldn't be that crowded or that many kids. Unfortunately, I was wrong. So they were in the middle of the theater. They literally sat in the most, like, you know, they sat in the most perfect spot. They sat right in the center of the movie, right in the most perfect spot, right in the center, whatever. Like, they literally took up the whole center of the movie theater. It was like 10 of them with like this one adult that was supposed to be watching them. Like, she was like maybe in her late teens. Because I was by myself and I was sitting there and the whole time these girls were laughing, talking, screaming, carrying on and on and on. And there was a couple other people in the theater and they weren't saying anything. And I'm like, what the hell's wrong with you people? Like, you're just gonna, like, is this not bothering you? Then they were like taking the photos, taking the cameras, taking selfies in the middle of the theater while the movie's going on. I saw just flashes of camera, just click, 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 Snapchatting, everything. And I'm like, why even go to the movies if you're gonna do this, right? At first I was like, I don't know if I want to go over there and confront them because it's just a bunch of like little girls. But at the end of the day, it's like someone has to say something because this is not okay. Now, if I had to do this over again, right, I would have went out. The reason why I didn't leave is because I didn't want to miss anything in the movie, really, because I really wanted to, even though I really couldn't enjoy the movie, I didn't want to leave and do this whole thing and then miss so much of the movie. So I wanted to sit there and stick it out kind of thing. I'm trying to think when it got really bad, like to the point where I was like, I couldn't take it anymore. And they just kept talking. They kept running up. I heard chewing. I kept hearing chewing. Like, they were eating like a 4-course meal, these girls. I'm like, these are little girls. They're eating like a Thanksgiving freaking gourmet meal here. Like, I'm like, why do I keep hearing chewing? They kept talking. They kept chewing. They kept jumping up out of their chairs, running around. I'm like, this is unbelievable. It was up to the point where this was literally the middle of the movie when she got her legs, right? When she just got her legs and Ursula just did that number with, you know, Poor Fortunate Souls. And it just kept going on and on and on. I was in the middle of the movie. I was like, you know what? I can't do this anymore. So I got up and I went to one of the girls. I said, who's the parent figure here? I want to know who the parent figure is here. And she just looked at me and I'm like, then I looked and I saw this woman in a hoodie, like this 19-year-old or 18-year-old in a hoodie. And I said, excuse me, like, are you watching these girls? And they were like, oh, yeah. I'm like, do you not see what they're doing? Like, they're just running around. Can you just please tell them to be quiet? And she was like, sorry. Like, so rude. And I was like, okay. So then I sat down, and the whole movie, same thing. She did not tell him to stop. It kept going on. I left the theater, and it was towards the end of the movie. I left the theater, and I told the manager, I said, listen to me right now. There's this family in this theater. I want my money back. This is not okay. I want my money back. They're nonstop going on and on. I went up to them to tell them to stop. They did not stop. I want my money back. This is not okay. He was like, well, since you watched most of the movie, we can't give you your money back because you were there. You watched 99% of the movie. Like, we physically can't give you your money back for that. What we can do is we can give you a free movie ticket and you can come and watch whatever movie you want for free. And I said, okay, I'll accept that. But that was not okay. That family in there, or those girls in there, they need to be people monitoring the theaters because that should not be going on. There should definitely be people monitoring the theaters because that whole situation was extremely disrespectful and extremely rude and completely not right. And I really have been iffy to go see a movie ever since. That really scarred me, you know. Even before that, I was always iffy. But then, like, after that, I was like, you know what? I don't know if I really want to ever chance at this again, because what happens if this happens again and then it ruins another movie for me? You know, I don't want that to happen. You know, I'm there to enjoy the movie. I'm paying just like everyone else is paying for this movie. And it's like, I don't want to sit there and, like, you know, there have been times when I've sat in the movies and, like, someone was on their phone the whole time. And I'm like, listen, like, the light from your phone is, like, distracting me. Can you, like, lower the brightness or shut your phone off? You know, I literally have to do. There were times when there have been people kicking the back of my seat. And I was like, can you stop kicking the back of my seat? Like, there's people that are very freaking rude in movie theaters, and I don't get why. I don't know if it's because you're in a dark room and you think no one's gonna say something, or they're paying attention to the movie, so you don't think, no, I'm gonna say something, and you should too. If this happens to you in a movie theater, you should say something as well. Like, this should not be okay. This should not be allowed, honestly. Trying to think of any other situations. There have been times when I really heard a dog barking in a movie theater. Someone brought Lily a dog. Lily a dog. I couldn't believe it. They literally brought a dog to a movie. Unbelievable. But yeah, so there have been times when also, like, I've movie hopped, and I don't think that's a big deal. And I'll tell you why I don't think that's a big deal. Because you're paying for a movie, right? If you're movie hopping, right? Yeah, you're not, the ticket says that movie, but if you're movie hopping, you're still sitting and watching a movie, right? Even though you're not watching the whole thing entirely, you're still not doing anything that wrong. Because if I'm in a movie, right, and halfway in the movie I'm not liking it, and I'm like, okay, well, let me go see if I like this movie. I think that's okay and that's acceptable. Because at the end of the day, I'm still watching one movie. Because I'm into this movie, I'm not into it, I'll go to another movie and see if I'm into that one. I don't think that's a big deal. Because it's not like I'm watching a whole movie and then I'm like, oh, I'm going to sneak into this theater and watch this whole movie. Like, it's not like that. It's like, okay, well, I'm not feeling this movie, so even though I paid for this movie, I'm not feeling it, so let me see if I can go watch another movie and I can still get my money's worth with that movie. So I don't think that's a big deal, honestly. But I have done that before. And I don't think that's a big deal. As I said, I really don't. What else? Yeah, so honestly, like, the purpose of this video is if you're in a movie theater and someone is disrespectful in the movie or disrespecting you in the movie or does not stop talking or not stop. There have been people who literally have been on a phone, literally having a phone call conversation while the movie's going. You know what I mean? So it's like, this stuff happens. So if this happens to you, say something. What I would have done differently and what I will do differently in the future, I will get up when it first happens and I will go in the back and I will go get the manager immediately to come into the theater to scold them. That's what I will do differently. There was another time, it was like the live action of Lion King, which I didn't enjoy. So this didn't bother me as much because in all honesty, I really wasn't enjoying the movie. So the people that were going on and carrying on, I was like, whatever, like, let them carry on. I could care less about this movie anyways. But my friend was getting pissed. And he was like, and I don't blame him. Like, you know, like, they were being loud and weird and disrespectful. I didn't care as much as again, because I really don't care about, I did not care about the live action Lion King. I was not enjoying the movie. But if I was enjoying the movie, I would have definitely said something that was not cool. But they were kind of like, just like talking constantly and they were like singing along to the movie, like really being loud and weird. And I'm just like, what the hell's wrong with you? Like, why are you doing that? But again, I really did enjoy the live action Lion King, so it really didn't bother me as much. But this does happen, so this is what I'm saying. Do it. Now, if you're one of the people that do stuff like this, stop. Stop. Do not do it. You gotta stop and do not do this. But if you are someone that is not doing that and you're witnessing someone doing this, then you need to say something and you need to go and get the manager. You need to go get help. Honestly, because it's not okay. It's disrespectful. Okay, well, I'm gonna get going. Hope you guys enjoyed the story time. Let me know if you've seen the little Lilo and Stitch movie. I really want to go see it, but again, I'm not gonna go see it because of all the. Honestly, I don't want the movie ruined. Honestly, I have bad luck with that type of stuff, so I'm just gonna wait for it to come on Disney Plus, and that's good enough for me. But the movie is getting really good reviews, and I really can't wait to see it on Disney Plus. It probably will come to Disney Plus. If I had to gamble, I would probably say August or September it will be on Disney Plus. I think it would be able to stream on pay-per-view, like rent and buy off pay-per-view, probably as early as July. But I would say like on Disney Plus, August or September. So yeah. Anyways, yeah, but let me know if you've seen Lilo and Stitch and if you're enjoying the movie or if you had, if you liked it or disliked it. But anyways, I'm gonna get going. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.